Hello, my name is Rachel Moloney, and I am doing my student lesson on homophones. My target age group is going to be third grade, and my goal for the kids is going to be that they will properly use and understand correct homophones in sentences. Now I will begin. So, what is a homophone? A homophone is two words that have the same pronunciation. However, their spelling and meaning are both different. An example of a homophone is 8. I am 8 years old, or I ate a big bowl of spaghetti. So first things first, we're going to read along a book called Dear Dear, which I have right here on the screen. I don't have the book in hand, but we're going to use what we have and go through this first, okay? So this is Dear Dear, a book of homophones written by Jean Beretta. Dear Dear, I now live at the zoo. Wait until you hear what goes on over here. Love, Ant. The moose loves moose. He ate 8 bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have you seen the ewe? She's been in a daze for days. That's him, the horse, who is hoarse from humming a hem. It's quite a feat when the bat hangs from his feet. The monkey will tell you a tale as he hangs from his tail. The doe needed the dough because she needed the dough. The toad was towed to the top of the seesaw so he could see the sea. The whale was allowed to wail aloud. The bear had to pause to bear his big paws. Hey, the elephant threw a pail through a big bale of hay. Have you read The Red Fox Who Blew Blue Bubbles? The giraffe's long neck helps him choose what he chews. The cows in the herd were in a good mood. I heard them as they mooed in harmony. The bee flew away from the flea with the flu, and the bee can be sure that if he had the flu, the flea would flee too. There is no news about the news they keep to themselves. Ant, do you have some very interesting new neighbors? I have new neighbors too. Did you know that the hare with no hair, she is an expert on skincare? Love, your dear dear. And that is the book about homophones. So, we are going to begin by going over a few homophones on the board just to get comfortable with them and also get creative and see if we can come up with some on our own. My easel fell. Okay, no problem. We're just going to get right back in it. Adapt and overcome daily challenges. Okay, so let's start off with a few sentences, and we're going to guess which sentence belongs with which word. So the first one, our 2 words are hair and hair. So I'm going to write 2 sentences. The first one My hair blank is blonde. Do we think we're talking about hair on my head or a rabbit hair? I think it's probably the one on my head hair, right? Because we're talking about how my hair is blonde. So that hair is spelled H-A-I-R, hair. So if we're talking about the rabbit hair, the hair, H-A-R-E, was very fast. All right, hair versus hair. Hair and the rabbit hair and the animal. So the next one we're going to see is flu. Okay, there's two flu. Flu like the sickness, and flew like the past tense of flying. So let's see if we can put these in a sentence and get the proper spelling. So, Ben had the flu. Are we talking about him flying, or are we talking about him being sick? Probably the best option would be him being sick. And that proper spelling of flu is F-L-U. Now, Ben flew in an airplane. This spelling is going to be F-L-E-W, flew. So, we're kind of seeing a pattern here of the words that sound the same, however, they're spelt differently, and they have different meanings. So, right now, I'm going to do some individual time, and I'm going to allow the children to come up with 3 sentences on their own of homophones that they think are used correctly in a sentence. And then once they come up with those, they're going to share them in the classroom setting if they choose. And if not, that's okay. We can still listen to some other sentences that other children have come up with. And throughout this, if the children need help, I will be going around and, ensuring that they have everything that they need. And if they have confusion, then I am going to be there to help them. Once all of that is done, then we're going to work on this worksheet that I had printed up. And I'll go over a couple of the examples with you. So this is the worksheet. It was a free print up, and I have the answer key here. So like question 1 says, I am blank years old. And it has 2 options, 8 or 8. And the children will just circle that and go through and answer the rest of the questions. So another one, our classroom has blank of desks. Rows, the spell is like spelling of a flower, or rows, like rows of desks. So they'll go through this worksheet. I'll give them between 10-15 minutes or so to work on that. And then they will turn that in to me. And then at the end of the class, we will do a fun little homophone game, which is on www.education.com. And there are matching games with homophones and also sentence building, which will be great for the kids to kind of have like a fun little activity to do at the end of taking a little like quiz type worksheet thing. And that is my very quick version of what I would teach with homophones. And let me just make sure I don't need to tell you anything else really quickly. Okay, so the materials I used today, internet, YouTube, to have the book. Ideally, I would have the book in hard copy in the class, so that way I could have the children engage and like be able to read the pages with me, see the pictures, etc. Whiteboard and markers. I have a worksheet, and then I would use the website to play the games at the end. And also extra sheets of paper, pencil for the children to do, their sentence building on their own. And again, this is targeting 3rd grade. The state standard, just in case you need to do it, this is for Virginia, is 2.8A, which identifies and use homophones correctly in sentences. And that is my English language arts assessment and lesson. Thank you.